Hello and good evening. The families of 3 men who died after being hit by a car in Birmingham during the riots earlier this week today called for justice to be done. The men were killed as they tried to protect their properties from looters. Across England, more than 1,000 people have now been charged with riot-related offences. The Chancellor George Osborne said the violence showed how deep-seated problems in society had to be tackled. Danny Savage reports.
In Birmingham, more and more people are leaving tributes to the 3 men who were run down by a car and killed as they were guarding their shops from looters. 5 men are now being held on suspicion of murdering Harun Jahan and brothers Shazad Ali and Abdul Musavir. This afternoon, their uncle spoke out about what happened.
We have lost 2 sons, which has left our entire family in complete shock and devastation. Shazad Ali was 30-year-old and Abdul Musavir was 31-year-old. And they were hard-working young men.
Police investigating the incident say they've had a good response from people, but still need more help from those who witnessed the disturbances.
In order to ensure that justice is brought against the offenders as swiftly as possible, it is absolutely critical that the communities continue to provide that support and that essential evidence and information that has been so forthcoming so far.
Here in the capital, the Metropolitan Police say they've now arrested more than 1,200 people in connection with the riots. As a result, magistrates' courts are sitting until 8 o'clock tonight and tomorrow to deal with defendants as they come through the system. One of those in court today was accused of robbing this Malaysian student in Barking. These pictures caused an outcry when they were broadcast. The Prime Minister said he felt disgusted when he saw them. 20-year-old Rhys Donovan is accused of taking a phone and a portable PlayStation from a bleeding and dazed Ashraf Rosli. He was remanded in custody. A week after the trouble began, the Chancellor has reiterated the government's point that the underlying cause of the riots was not about a lack of money for the police or the public.
It's not just a question of money. If this was just a question of money, this would have been solved years ago. This is a much more deep-seated cultural change we need to bring about in our community.
And late this afternoon, the Metropolitan Police released more pictures of those they want to trace in connection with violence, disorder and looting. Danny Savage, BBC News.
Our correspondent Sangeeta Maiska is in Ealing in West London now, where a vigil is due to take place for 68-year-old Richard Bowes, who was killed during the riots. Sangeeta.
Riz, it was just up this street that Mr. Bowes was murdered. He's being hailed here locally as a hero, somebody who stood up for what was right in the face of everything that was wrong here on Monday night. Let me take you over. The community here is now trying to rebuild itself. These are just some of the messages that have been going up on the front of shops that have been looted here in Ealing. The organisers of tonight's vigil are local churches, and they say that they're going to be saying prayers not just for Mr. Bowes, but also offering this community a chance to reflect on a turbulent week. They say confidence has been lost, and what they want is for people to come out and start reclaiming Ealing, just as people have been across London. But those I've been speaking to say that they're concerned, deeply concerned about what happens next, especially on Monday, when it's expected that police numbers will be scaled back across London. Riz.
Sangeeta, thank you. Sangeeta Maiska in Ealing. In other news, rebel